What if Badro added you on Facebook?
Oh, definitely.
Now you want it, right? But if I add you, you're gonna say no, right?
Over here, you
Get
would,
alive. I
right?
would say get alive.
Messa fuori, c'è Pirlo, Pirlo, ancora Pirlo di tacco, tiro,
The referee should never have given the second, the straight red. Roma is missing the wing that they had last year.
Well,
Salah. If you don't beat Crotone like this, it's mental. I don't know who he is.
Something.
He looks like Nainggolan.
Oh my
He does not look like Nainggolan. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Serie A audio experience with IFTV. We're back. We got Gaetano back with another nice tan in Florida. Listen, the people miss you. You got to stop going to Florida.
Did you tell him why I went to Florida?
No, I didn't tell him why you went to Florida. Say it.
Okay. Well, it was my father's 90th birthday. So the whole family went down, and it was very, very nice.
Except me.
Actually, my father danced.
Oh.
Yeah, he danced with my mother. My mother is 82 and he's 90, and they were dancing, and then he danced with my sister. So it was very nice. I'll
That's
probably
beautiful.
put something up.
What kind of a dance were they
on
doing?
Facebook.
Oh, okay.
You know,
The Macarena?
Next time you're going to take video.
Yeah, I got some video.
So add
there we
Gaetano on
I got some
Facebook, guys. Gaetano Messina.
Oh,
Expect
no.
a lot of.
Don't add any requests. Guys, let's get into what we're here for. Antonio's already smiling. I know your beef with Mourinho is coming today, but we're not going to start with that because we have an incredible thing, which was Roma beating Shakhtar, the team that knocked Napoli out of this same competition. Roma came in clutch. Edin Dzeko, the man that Roma fans, not all Roma fans, a lot of Roma fans said sell him. He's depreciating in value. He's not that good anyway. We got Sheik is the man who puts Roma back into the quarterfinals of a competition that they haven't been in 10 years. Guys, 10 years since Roma have been in here. I think it's since 2007 that we've had two Italian teams in the quarterfinals of this competition. 8 teams left. Roma are one of them. Who's starting off talking about Roma?
I don't know. Let's your father start because he's very fresh from Florida, so got plenty of energy.
And we got the Roma fans. So
Yeah,
what
plus he's a Roma fan.
Well,
Wait, you broke your phone?
I liked
Sure.
I liked the way Roma played until the other team remained with 10 players. I mean, they beautiful goal, beautiful, nice finish with Dzeko. I thought the team played well, except when they threw that guy out from Shakhtar. I don't understand. They were afraid. The last 10-15 minutes, this team was afraid. They were throwing the ball. They're playing home. You playing home, and you kick the ball all over the place. I mean, and until the last minute, I almost had a heart attack with these guys. You know, where is the character? Where is the leadership? Where is De Rossi to take, this team by the hand and get the ball and get the possession, pass the ball? Why do we have to suffer until the last second?
Listen, the thing is, Shakhtar is a much better team than I think a lot of people give them credit for. They're annoying to play, very annoying. They got these Brazilian guys who are going to end up going to Manchester City, Manchester United, all these teams. They're a very solid team that fights. They had a result, and Roma got the job done. Like Antonio, we were talking about before. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't beautiful.
Listen, I credit Di Francesco for the way he plays the team on the field. And believe me, this Shakhtar, it's not a joke. This Shakhtar, if he went all the way this far and just one goal threw them out from the quarterfinal of the Champions League, this team has got quality. Even though the players are not really big names like the Messi or the Morata or whatever you want to call it, but they have a lot of quality over there. And I was watching the game. I actually canceled a meeting to watch that game because I'm not a Roma fan, but nevertheless we have Juventus and Roma, making to the quarterfinal. But I had to lie. I said, listen, I have an emergency. I can make it. Yeah.
Hopefully they don't hear this, right?
No,
Hopefully they don't watch
care.
your podcast.
I don't care. So, but I was watching the game, and then side by side, I was on a bar. I was watching even with my the corner of my other eyes, or the fake eye. I was looking at Mourinho, fuming on the backside when it was already down 1-0, and then I said, "Oh boy, This is Mourinho's day. So
Before we get into that, I just want to say I get your frustration, and I think I want to comment on what you said about Di Francesco. I think Di Francesco, who's never coached in this competition, deserves so much more credit than he's being given. In the Serie A, I know he's being criticized. I think wrongfully, because what he's doing in the Champions League is incredible. It's a thing that many Roma coaches have come across and haven't been able to do. On James Pallotta's birthday, it was the best gift that Di Francesco could ever give. Monchi, I think, also plays a part in this. I think he's got a European character where they want to win. It's not that Roma who comes to Champions League, who rolls over and says, oh, okay, if we show up, it's good. You know, it's like, no, we're going to go and we're going to play. Why not play? They beat Chelsea. Let's remember that. They beat Chelsea. They topped the group of Chelsea and Atletico Madrid. So to say they didn't do great against Shakhtar, it's okay. You got through. You got the job done.
okay, what I see, I mean, let's stick with this stuff here. What I see that is happening all the time before even the game starts, and you see the people coming out of the tunnel. You see all the time Totti is already there. He's already probably talking to the players. I think Totti, even though he's on the background, but Totti still has a big influence on the team. So he knows each and every one of them individually because he played with them, number one. He trained with them. And number two, he's got plenty of advice that Di Francesco might not be able to communicate unless you're a player and you know who you're talking to. So I'm sure Di Francesco is asking Totti to do this for him. And
It's a team. It's a group effort.
yeah, but believe me, when Totti talks to you, you better keep your ears open and you know.
I mean,
Mike, what about you?
I like
He's
Roma
been
a
there
lot.
already. He's been there, he's been there many times. So
I think Roma actually played pretty good. They were a little shaky, like we all expected, but Shakhtar is a tough team. Those teams that's always gonna go head to head with you. And they also flipped. If you guys didn't know, Shakhtar also flipped the ball boy because the ball boy apparently was wasting time and he threw him over the
Can't show it on
advertisement.
screen, but I'll show you
Yeah,
in
we
case you
can
didn't
show
see
it.
it.
Yeah, I
But
saw
anyway,
it.
keep going.
But yeah, but other than that, they also got a red card. Also, Shakhtar, Dzeko was one-on-one to goalie, and he got him right before he made that breakaway. And it was a little scary. It was a little scary towards the end because they had some chances, and it was like, are they gonna hold on? Are they gonna hold on? And they ended up doing that at the end. So I got to give Di Francesco a lot of credit because right now I think they're third for the Scudetto race in Serie A, and now they're making in the final.
They're not
eight
in the
of
Scudetto race.
You know,
They
third
got to focus
place.
on Champions League.
the only one that I was afraid was Manolas. So I hope he doesn't make another
He
mistake.
did good though.
All right, so
Yeah,
thank
there
God.
we
So
go.
let's hope.
Grande mano.
You missed the moment that we gave Michael last week because Manolas scored. Michael was in his element.
It was a
I've never seen
beautiful
him more
goal.
happy.
It was a beautiful goal.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to comment on what you said about
I hope it's good.
the ball boy
Oh,
that
okay.
was pushed over. That's exactly what I mean.
Wow.
I feel like they were trying to waste time there. The ball boy and they were
But you're
trying
gonna throw
to,
the
to waste,
poor kid over the
to
thing.
waste the time. They should not be afraid. Roma should not be afraid of anybody. I like the way they started. They started pretty good. They were putting pressure. I did not like the way they finished. And if you want to step up, if you want to be one of the best 4 teams in Europe, you need to have more leadership on the field.
So, listen, piano piano si va lontano. Slowly but surely, they're gonna get there. You can't expect Roma to say top 4 team right now. They're not. Juventus, Manchester City, Barcelona, Real Madrid. Let's be honest, right here. Bayern. Let's be honest. Roma they're not at that level.
Yeah.
We want them to get that level.
they're not there yet,
And these are the
but-
growing pains that come with it. You're right. I think your point is valid that they do try to waste time. But in the overall picture, taking a step back, what we thought, think about the day that you saw Roma, Chelsea, Atletico Madrid in the same group. What were you thinking? Did you think they could top the group?
No.
I thought they were out.
Exactly.
But listen to
we
me.
all thought we were
Again, didn't we discuss this already? When you get down to those 10, 15 teams in Europe on a 2 game, okay, anything can happen.
Of course.
All right. So
Yeah.
as I said, look what happened with Chelsea right now. Chelsea's out because of Barcelona. But if Messi didn't have a great game today, and believe me, Messi makes a big difference in
course.
Barcelona. Neymar didn't make the difference to me. That's why they got rid of him. Even if they made money on him, they got rid of him. But Messi makes a big difference in Barcelona.
But Chelsea also hit
And
4
if
posts
Messi
in 2
doesn't have
games.
a good day. Listen to me. Messi doesn't have a good day.
Yeah.
Things that can be much different than what you are. Even if, let's say, he has a stomach problem or his wife spanked him or whatever the case might be. If one of those players, they don't have a good day,
Yeah.
anything can happen.
Listen, I want to save the Champions League talk. I want to save that talk because I know we're going to get into it. So before we do that, anyone else have anything to say about Roma?
Oh, Roma,
Any other
to me,
comments?
we're so happy. I mean, we're not Roma. I'm not a Roma fan, but I'm happy. Roma
It's
is
like
in the-
Italy playing.
That's it.
So anybody else? No?
No.
Good? All right, we'll
Grande
talk
mano.
about what Juventus did today. Juventus Atalanta +4. That's all I gotta say. Michael, how you feeling right now? +4. The game that you said Atalanta's gonna come back. You had your graphics ready for Atalanta winning. What do you think? I want to hear from Michael. Just Michael.
I thought
You have no
Atalanta-
idea what he was saying to me about Atalanta.
I thought Atalanta-
3-0.
I thought Atalanta were gonna give a little bit more of a fight. I don't know, but
Atalanta
it,
B.
It was the midweek game that I think that screwed them up.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure
I
it was
don't
the
know.
midweek game. And not Juventus being incredible. Listen,
There's still a long time until the Scudetto winner is announced, and it's only 4 points. Juve are playing very tough teams. They're playing Napoli, they're playing Milan, they're playing Roma, and they can really screw up against those teams, drop a couple of points. And Napoli, if Napoli beat Juve, game on again, right?
I know you watch the podcast and you criticize what we said about Napoli, so I'll let you comment on that after. But I want to give more credit to Juventus and to Gonzalo Higuain, who constantly nobody understands what he does off the ball. Like we said last time, what he's doing. He's got, in 9 games, he's got 10 goals and 3 assists. Gonzalo Higuain, and like I was saying to you, Antonio.
And 2 missed penalty too.
2 missed penalties.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you're right. The thing that I was saying, between him and Dybala, they got like 22 goals, 21 and 22 goals between them. The pressure that the environment that Juventus creates is a lack of pressure. Antonio, like we said in the car, Napoli, it's like if Insigne and Mertens are not the goal scorers, it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? At Juventus, it's like, okay, Dybala is going to contribute to the goals. Pjanic contributes to the goals. Bernardeschi, Douglas Costa. There's a lot of different. It's not like you can't stick to one player because they have a lot of different armor, and I think that's a strength of Juventus. And also, De Sciglio's ball to Dybala was absolutely beautiful. We finally saw something beautiful from De Sciglio, so I want to give him credit where it's due. Anyway, what you got to comment?
Well, I think that Juventus, it's going to be. I would be shocked if Juventus loses this championship. I mean, they up 4 points. Once they smell it, they have it in the DNA. They're gonna fight, and I don't think that Napoli is gonna do it. I was going to tell you the truth. I would like Juventus to win the Champions League and Napoli to win the championship.
I'm down for that.
It's not gonna happen.
I want both.
I
want all three.
Napoli,
A little greedy.
yeah,
I gotta
right,
beat Milan too
Napoli's
next.
not
You're a
gonna
little
do
greedy.
it.
You're gonna maybe we'll try. Milan
That's
is
in
gonna
our
try to
DNA.
help Napoli. Like I said before, Gaetano. I mean, I agree with you. Juventus, they have the DNA of winning. You just dare to win every single game, whether you beat in Benevento 6-0, or whether you play even with the Primavera. You dare. You've been paid to win. If you don't, I mean, it's not that they've been put pressure by the Società or by the Agnelli. Those guys that they wear in that jersey, they know that their job is to just
Okay.
win.
I think they handle the pressure too. I think Juventus handle the pressure
They
good.
know.
Listen, for Juventus, it was almost better for Napoli to be in first place the whole time. They were slowly, they were keeping their distance. They're like, listen, we're gonna bite you whenever we want to bite you. We're gonna stay in the competition, and when it's their moment to pounce, Juventus is like, we're not gonna lose the opportunity. To me, Napoli, they have changed from last season, but there's still that bite in Juventus that I think that Napoli lacks. Maybe it's because of the depth of the squad. Maybe it's mentality. Maybe it's a few different things. Maybe it's just Juventus being incredible. How incredible is it for Juventus for 6 years in a row, the 7th year, to still be doing this? Winning is hard, but continuing to win is even harder. And Juve don't get enough credit. And I will say, Juventus have a very tough schedule. You guys are that the Campionato's over. I really don't think the Campionato's over.
Let me
at
just
all.
show you guys right now. This is Juve's schedule. Their hardest games till the end of the race.
You said this last time.
Yes, it's Atalanta, Milan.
Atalanta is over. Atalanta, they just
it is
played.
over. Milan, Sampdoria, Napoli, away at Inter and away at Roma.
What about Milan? They play at home with Milan?
They're playing. No, they're playing in Torino.
They're playing
at
Torino.
Milan.
Okay, so
And now Napoli's their toughest game is playing at the San Siro at Milan, playing against Juve, playing at Fiorentina, playing Torino and Sampdoria.
Listen,
so they have a
listen.
much easier schedule
No, they
than
don't.
Juventus.
Nobody has
No,
an
they
easy
don't.
What do you
schedule.
mean? No, they
No,
don't.
that's not an easier schedule. No,
that's
that's
not
not easier.
easier.
No.
I'll take Sassuolo over
Listen,
Milan any day of the week.
Atalanta won.
What?
Not at home. Yes, it was the last game that they won in Serie A without this one here. It was away, right? They won 1-0.
I don't
No, they
remember.
tied.
No, it was 1-0. They won 1-0.
Atalanta?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Atalanta,
keep going. I'll
Juve.
check. I'll
So
check.
anyway,
I'll check.
there
I'll
is no
check.
easy schedule for anybody over there.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
nothing
I'm
is
not
easy.
saying-
Especially towards the end. Towards
Over
the
the
end,
hands.
everyone starts getting nervous. They're like, "Yo, we lost this point in week 14. We lost this
People
point.
that
They
dying
need to
and
pick
they're
it up."
fighting just to stay in the Serie A, to not to be relegated and all the stuff.
I'm
It's
not
gonna
saying
be an
it's easy.
game.
I'm just saying it's easier than playing one of the top 5 teams. That's
What
all I'm
looks
saying.
easy many times. It's just
course.
motivation.
But I'm just saying on paper. That's all I'm saying.
Atalanta won
Yeah.
1-0 to
that's
Bologna.
what I
You're
said.
right. Away.
Wait, who
Yeah,
else?
you're right. Last week.
Yeah, so Gasperini, it's not an easy coach to guess, and Juventus happened to be winning 2-0, but I'm sure that in a different situation,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it could be. I mean, if you play the same game 3
Yeah.
times,
Yeah.
Gasperini is going to come up 1 time. So what we said before, like I agree with Gaetano 100%. Once Juventus was breathing on the neck of Napoli, once they caught up with them, and then psychologically, whatever Marco said, it must be the experience, must be the DNA, must be everything that you want. It's all of the above for me. So once Juventus went on top, I don't think they're ever going to relinquish the leadership in the Campionato. That's it. I think for me, personally, it's over. Okay? But I'm just praying that Napoli catch up, and I will celebrate if they win the Campionato, because I don't want Juventus to win. I hate them. I can't stand them. But
It's gonna be so sweet.
Maybe.
In the end of May, I'm gonna come back to this podcast and just listen to that, and it's gonna bring me even more
it's
joy.
okay.
What are you talking
Listen
about?
about Napoli. Napoli likes to win. Beautiful. It's always a beautiful game. It's always a clean game. But sometimes you cannot. You have to win like Juventus win.
Which is ugly, right?
grinding.
Win ugly.
It's
Yep.
ugly.
Instead of not be
It's
pretty,
the last
just win ugly.
second. You know, that's what you have to do, and Napoli does not know how to do that. And then I think one thing that you missed on when you were commenting on Napoli is that they have no center forward. How many teams in the English league, Spanish league, German league, and Italian league that plays without a center forward? You can go so far without a center forward, but you need somebody on the bench that has to come, and it's got to be a nice, big, tall center forward. Sometimes you need that, and Napoli
Sometimes you need that. I don't
does
think
not have
Gaetano.
it. And that's what they should have concentrated on. They should have concentrated on getting a center forward.
But don't they have a center forward?
They
Mertens.
have Milik
Yeah, Milik.
too, but
I
he's
thought you were
injured
going-
half the
Isn't he a center
time.
forward?
Yeah, when was the last time he played?
But that's what I'm saying.
When was the last time?
But
he
we
played?
are saying exactly the same thing. Sarri is not using the player that he has available to himself.
Well,
and I don't
Milik was
think,
injured.
No, the
No,
guy
wait.
has been hurt.
He's been hurt, but now he's not hurt anymore. The thing is, I don't think Milik he figure into the scheme that Sarri wants to play. I think Sarri's scheme does not really see as a center forward, like the person that is going to be over there, just wait for the ball and just put the ball back in for you, like an Icardi, or anybody, like a power guy.
Yeah.
I think on the scheme of Sarri, a center forward does not exist. That's why you see little
It's like
guys
Barcelona.
That's
It's like
great.
Barcelona.
Exactly what you said. That's why I see little guys like
Napoli is not
like
Barcelona.
Insigne and Mertens, like Mike size, let's say, that they do a lot of damage. Or Messi size.
Thanks, Anto.
Okay.
How many messes are there in the world? Okay, there's only one, and it's in Barcelona. So you cannot compare.
But he's saying the system.
But
He's
the
saying
system-
the idea that they don't play with the big number 9, like Dzeko at Roma or Higuain,
Right,
or
Gaetano,
Icardi.
the reasons why I'm saying this is because of Milik in Napoli. If it's not dynamic, the way the teams goes
With
up
his
and
feet.
down, he will be find himself on offside the vast majority of the time. If it's the typical center forward that
I
you're
agree
looking
with
for.
that. I agree. I think that you need to, if you see Juventus, they're able to play different formations with different
Yeah.
players like this. Sometimes he goes 4-3-3. Sometimes he goes 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
Sometimes he goes 4-2-4. There's a different variety of choices that he have. Sometimes even if he doesn't have Mandzukic or Higuain, he's able to play Douglas Costa, Bernardeschi, and Dybala, who you could say is like dynamic, like Insigne, Mertens, Callejon. But he's able to switch it up, and I think that's what we love. Sarri, you said we love
Yeah.
Sarri. We love the
I
type of
think
football that-
he's one of the best coach. I mean, I'm so surprised that this guy here. We just discovered this guy here. It's like 3 or 4 years that he's been on the top of the coaching staff.
But a big but. It's what also Gigi Di Biagio said a little bit, where he said you need to adapt to the players that you have, and you can't be stubborn on the formation that you want. Sometimes I think that coaches, they're too romantic about what they love. You could love a 4-3-3, no problem. But like you said, sometimes you got to win ugly. Sometimes you got to win if you play 4-2-3-1, or you got to bring a guy back.
Or
You
do
got
a
to bring this guy in.
4-4-1-1 too. I have seen it.
You got to do it. And listen, like you said, I think a lot of people don't get that. Gattuso's calling again.
No, that's the boss.
Another emergency.
He doesn't know you're
No,
here,
I'll
right?
tell her. I have an emergency.
But yeah, what you guys are saying right now, Napoli are fairly new to the Serie A right now, and they don't have like that plan that Juve did. So it's okay what they're doing. They still are the underdog. Say what you want of the Serie A. They need that project, that 10-year project that's gonna make them stay in that top 3 in the Serie A, and eventually the Champions League.
Listen, they got a time right now where Milan and Inter are not in a good moment either. If there's
Yeah.
any time to win the Scudetto, it's now.
That's true.
Because
That's
everybody's
true.
just going to keep getting better and catching up.
Exactly.
Then your players that you have really good are getting older. Like I was going to say about winning ugly, I want to bring a point. Years ago, before we had IFTV, I got major criticism for a tweet that I posted. It went viral in the community, in the Twitter community, where I said, great job by Juventus. You won ugly, right? Or you won dirty, like that, you know? Like you just grinded it out. And everyone perceived it as me saying, Juventus, that they won dirty, like they got the referees. Like that was the thing. But to me, what I always learned, maybe growing up with you, like you just said that, sometimes you gotta win dirty. You gotta put in these tackles where it's not beautiful, but you take the guy out and you stop the play and you keep doing all these kind of things. That's the thing that I think a lot of people don't understand. My perspective, that's what I think, and that's me sticking up for my tweet years later. Because I always said, you guys took it out of context. You could say dirty, you think, oh, referee. I'm talking about just grinding it out and putting your head down and working. Let's talk about Champions League, because I know Antonio's fuming over here. We'll talk. Listen, we got this picture of Montella on the screen right now that we posted. Sevilla 2, Manchester United 0.
Oh my God.
Sevilla could have won this game 8-0.
Oh.
1-1. Manchester scored a 1.
Manchester 2-1. Listen, guys, how the hell did Montella, Aeroplanino, go from sacked at AC Milan and now beating Manchester United
Knocking
at the
them
Old
out.
Trafford? It was spectacular. Shout out to Luis Muriel, our boy Luis Muriel, for winning that one. Franco Vasquez, an Italian over there, winning. It's amazing. It's amazing. Antonio, you start because I know how much you want to talk.
Listen, you don't know how happy I am. That Montella number 1 won with Sevilla, okay? And that Mourinho, again, is the proof that he's an overpaid dude, okay? And I'm not sure what is proving again that he's misusing intentionally Pogba. I think he's alienating him to the fact that he never starts the kid. The kid is one of the best talent that we have in all Europe. And he puts Pogba playing defensive midfield. Pogba has never played defensive midfield in the Juventus. He has let the coach know that he's very unhappy on that position, that he cannot find really the space. And, you know, Mourinho, what he does, he frustrated the guy and he puts him exactly on the same position that the guy does not want to play. So what do you make of that? Then you lose and then you're trying to find excuse. Congratulations, Mourinho. That's what I'm going to say. I'm so happy for you.
I remember watching the first game that Pogba played for Manchester United after he moved from Juventus, and they were playing a 4-2-3-1, and he played him in the 2 like a defensive midfielder. And I said, Pogba is not a defensive midfielder. His qualities, he's great striding up. He is physical, but that doesn't mean just defensive midfielder. Your point about Mourinho, I know the Manchester United fans are fuming at Mourinho. They're all blaming this on Mourinho because he put Fellaini in. Apparently, they got some young English guy in the midfield who could be playing. What do you think? Because we know you like Mourinho. What do you think?
I was one of the biggest fans for Mourinho until he played Chelsea, and I think he lost 4-0. And at the end of the game, he went over to Conte, and he went to his ears like this, and everybody was wondering, you know, what did Mourinho say to Conte? That was the highlight, and that was the conference. The
highlight of
the
everything.
highlight of after the game, and the next day in the first page was, what did Mourinho say to Conte?
Not the 4-0.
Not the 4-0.
Exactly, yeah.
So, and I thought that, you know, Mourinho, because he's very smart, so in order to take everything away from the game, there was 4-0. Instead of talking about the 4-0, everybody wanted to talk, what did he say to Conte?
Mm-hmm.
So if he wanted to say something to Conte, he could have said it in the locker room. He could have said it someplace else. But he was
Cynical.
Cynical. He's arrogant, but I didn't like what he did in that after the game, and he did it in front of. He made sure that he did it in front of everybody, so that was the highlight of the game the next day. I am so happy that he lost last night, but not only because of that, because it was Montella gave him a lesson. He gave him a tactical lesson.
He humiliated
I
him.
mean, I didn't know anything about this Sevilla, but they played so great. They played with such a confidence. They pushed up, even until the last minute, which everybody would have been in defense, defending the score. These guys were attacking.
He was pressing them
They-
on
they
their
had-
midfield.
They had a one-on-one situation.
Yeah.
You know,
4 or 5 times
you
they
know,
could have
but in
scored
the last-
easily.
in the last few
The
minutes,
kid that scored the goal.
Yeah, he
He
got
could have had a
two
hat
goals.
trick. Yeah.
He scored 2 goals. He was one-on-one with the goal. You
Yeah.
know, with
Could
a
have
few
scored
minutes to
another
go.
one easily, at
Yeah.
least.
So-
Yeah.
And one other thing, I always liked Panenka, and I cannot believe it in making it in Italy. But he played, what a game he played last night. I saw his movement. He was everywhere. He touched so many balls. He's got such a nice touch. He always looks for the true ball. If you looked at him, every ball that this kid gives is a true ball. Is a you know, in
Vertical, yeah.
Not to make comparisons, but it's kind of like Pirlo, where he's like the center of the game. Like he likes to connect everybody.
Yeah. He's the link. It was the midfield link, and everybody
I
went
was
through him.
very happy for Montella and for this team that he had the courage to go there, because it takes a lot of courage to go there, and he took the game to Mourinho, and he did very well.
I would say bravo Vincenzo, because on a scale of 1 to 10, Montella is right here in terms of making money, and Mourinho is right here. So what I
needs
will
a
do,
raise, right?
I will go to Mourinho. I say, hey, listen, you are overpaid. Let's just bring you down, and then let's level everything up with Montella, because you're not winning and you're not doing anything. He's not going to win the Premier League. He's not going to win the Champions, because obviously he's out. He's going to go fishing, maybe in Portugal. You know, try to catch some striped bass. You know, but he's done. He's done. You tell me you spend all that money and you have a crowd like that spends a lot of money to watch the game. They came to the game, they fill up the stadium, and this is what you show. That's what you have. What kind of a show you have over there? I mean, I understand you lose against PSG or Juventus or Barcelona or Real Madrid. Hey, you know, it's a 50-50. It can go either way. But you're losing against a team that is not even 1/10 of what you actually of the payroll of Manchester United. Come on. That's too much to take. That's why the Tifosi, they have all their rights to be pissed.
I would love to know what Sir Ferguson is thinking.
man.
I saw him watching the game. I mean, to me, he's the greatest of all coaches. And I always watch Man United. I always watch Sir Ferguson because there's nobody like him. And he was watching the game. I would just love to know, what do you think about Mourinho?
What's on in his head, not what he will tell the journalist.
Oh, yes.
Listen,
And what a great person Sir Ferguson is. He's one of the nicest person I ever met. I met him a couple of times.
Yeah.
Great.
Gaetano, listen, since you brought it up, I was sitting yesterday watching the game. I mean, I was watching the game of the Roma and the Shakhtar, and next to me there was an English couple, like on the mid-60s. This guy here was a nice gentleman. He was eating French fries. And,
Ketchup or no ketchup?
with ketchup. his wife just mustard. But and we were talking all the time. Every time that the camera went into Ferguson, he said to me, "You know something about that guy?" I said, "Yeah. What about it?" I said, "First of all, the guy will never have Mourinho to coach the way he's been coaching." I said, "Number two," he said, "Ferguson, even when he was the coach of Manchester United, he made a lot of money behind the back because he's the one that made the deal for buying and selling the players."
Yeah. He
Okay.
played a director's role almost.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
played the
was both.
director's role.
He was a direttore and
And,
He was there for how many years?
There is a lot of stuff that you said to me that we don't know because
Yeah.
they're not on the papers and they're
Yeah.
not on primetime TV because of this guy here. The guy kept everybody, you know.
How it should be.
Yeah.
It's like certain things. We were saying this last time. How Juventus keep everything in their locker room. You know, certain things. How Sadi got very emotional and he walked off, or he said this to
Right.
the woman because things are getting hard. And like Juventus, yo, Mike, you want to press that? Yeah. Like Juventus do, they keep everything contained. Even when Bonucci didn't shake Allegri's hand, they go, no, everything's fine. They never like launch. What is that? No clue. I don't know. We gotta guess.
The cops.
It's probably my mom. Oh, there it goes. George, on live?
Yeah, Mike, we're live. George, we're live.
What's up, guys? Welcome to IFTV. This is brother. This is brother.
This is Marco's dad.
How's it going?
Wonderful. Did you need something?
Georgie, help yourself.
No, I'm on a diet.
He's running the
Oh, he's running
marathon.
He's running the
marathon.
Running a marathon, donating. Also donating for a wonderful cause.
If you- If you wear the IFTV shirt, we said we'll pull you.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
that's
No,
right.
you gotta get it.
Sponsors, where do we got?
No. All right.
Gee, not yet. Wait. After we'll get something.
What was I saying? Juventus and the pressure. They keep everything contained, and I think that's an important thing. Like Sir Alex Ferguson, he's a gentleman. Mourinho, he wants to push you on purpose to get a reaction out of somebody, like he did with Conte. Like he said, don't celebrate. What do you mean? Don't tell Conte not to celebrate to his
Listen,
fans.
but I feel like
Conte
you guys
do
are
whatever he
giving
wants.
you guys are giving Mourinho too much credit about the Conte thing. Gaetano, like you were saying, I feel like he wasn't even thinking about the
Listen,
distraction. I
he's
think he just
psychological.
went to Conte and was like, listen, you shouldn't celebrate like that. You want 4-0,
No,
not 1-0.
I agree.
Mike,
that was
this-
all calculated.
I don't know.
I think
you guys
so,
are
too.
giving him too much credit. I think
You could
I
have
don't
done
know.
that.
mind.
You
He's
could have
on
done
mind.
that in the locker room where nobody would have seen it. He made sure.
He was just mad. He was just like, Conte, why you're celebrating in front of me like that?
He made sure that he did it in front of everybody.
know.
He's very calculated.
Yeah.
He's very
Oh, yeah.
calculated.
He's a prima donna. He wants to be on primetime.
You
TV.
guys are all
For the
wrong.
goods and the
all
bad.
three. Everyone.
Not only that, but he also knew that you could hear what he said because he knew there were microphones there. So even though nobody, knew
Read
what he
their
was
lips.
saying, no, they had microphones
Yeah.
actually there. So
What did he say exactly? What
He
was
said
it?
not to celebrate. There was a time
he
he said
said
not
it
to
was
celebrate.
disrespectful to celebrate
When you
after-
score the 4 goals and all
Yeah,
the
get the
stuff.
hell outta
you know.
here.
You know, Mourinho, it's not the first time that he did it. It's not going to be the last time. You remember when he did this,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the ref and all the stuff.
I
So-
always love Mourinho, like you said, until he started doing. I think he became full of himself a little bit.
He's
a
too
little
much.
bit.
Listen,
Maybe a
this
little,
gentleman
yeah. A
here,
little
this
bit.
English gentleman, I got to tell you one more thing that really struck me. He said to me, we introduced it enough time. He said to me, Antonio, you don't know how disgusted I am with this guy here, with Mourinho. He says, why are you so disgusted with
Not a
him?
gentleman.
He says, why is Pogba not playing? Why is not starting the game? This is a game that we need to win. Sure enough, Pogba came on the second half.
Well, they
Okay?
needed to. They're
It
going
was
to kill him if he was going to
0-0.
come in.
I said, listen,
They were
going to
kill him.
And it was 0-0. He said, Pogba does not need. He said this. I remember those words. Pogba does not need to play 15 minutes here and 20
He
minutes
didn't do
there.
anything.
He could. Once you're not into the game, it's
Yeah,
very
okay.
tough to
It
get
is.
to enter into the chemistry of the play.
Look what we made for this.
So
We put Pogba and Dani Alves sitting on a couch. Look what they're doing. They're watching the Champions League on TV. They're watching Buffon. You know why? And I'm not a hater. Michael and I, we're not haters for no reason. These guys, when Dani Alves left Juventus, he said, I'm leaving Juventus. I'm going to PSG because I want to win the Champions League. The disrespect that he showed. Now go sit down on your couch and watch Juventus and Roma.
And Vidal said that. Hopefully Bayern are
Vidal
out
said
too.
it, and Rudiger. Rudiger said, you can't compare AS Roma and Chelsea.
That's right.
Chelsea are on a different level.
That's
This is
what he
said
gets.
afterwards. And I don't hate them. You know, they're great players. But listen, once you say that, you put a nudge at the team that you were at.
Very
if you're saying it from
disrespectful.
Benevento to Roma, okay. You know, you see it. Roma and Chelsea, maybe. Juventus, PSG, get the hell out of here. What the hell is PSG? PSG is nothing. Nothing. They're out. They're sitting on TV. Them and Neymar.
It's like celebrating against your former team. Basically,
No,
right?
that's different. Anyway, Michael and I were criticized. We were all criticized. Not you. You weren't here for supporting Montella. I think that we got to stick together. The Italian guys, we love Montella because they said since you're AC Milan, you shouldn't be happy because he left and you shouldn't want it to win. Otherwise, it proves that Milan were wrong to sack him. What do you think about that?
Listen, Montella was not sacked because Montella, he got a team that he was extremely new and young to put together, and I guess he couldn't master the job in 4 or 5 months. So don't forget that the year before Montella did very well. Okay, with lesser with a player of less expensive, of less quality. This year it was not easy for him to get them together and to make them play at the same level or a higher level. So for AC Milan, results they matter, especially since the Chinese they bought the team. Okay, and they spent the famous $200 million. So what they want when you play for AC Milan, you need the results and you need them now.
Yeah.
Was that a good idea? Was that out of desperation that AC Milan got rid of Montella? Not because of Montella is not a good coach. Montella to me is one of the best coaches we have in Serie A. It's not the top.
It was way too early. They sacked him way too early.
Like you said, I think that Sevilla's style and Montella's style, they fit hand in hand. Montella likes beautiful football. In Spain, they appreciate beautiful football a lot more than we do in Italy. In Italy, it's more about getting the job done. And in Spain, they love the finesse of it. They love it. Anyway, another guy that we talked about, Conte,
come back to Milan.
He's out of the Champions League. A match where they were completely destroyed by Barcelona in the second leg. First leg, they screwed up. They played a perfect match. They could have been 3-0. They have this return leg. They got smacked 3-0. To me, they made Barcelona look like a bunch of aliens. I don't give them that much credit. I think Barcelona is a very beatable team. He didn't put Morata in, which was making me crazy. Conte at Chelsea is officially done. Done.
I don't think. Well, I know, but it's done for till the end of the season. They're going to stay. He's going to.
You don't think he's going to leave?
No, to the end of the season. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're not going to.
The season is done. But for Chelsea, they have no league. They have no Champions League. I don't know whether they in FA Cup, Carlington Cup.
Listen, what does Mourinho has? It just has a little bit.
I don't care about Mourinho.
He's got a few more points on the injury.
I don't care about Mourinho. I don't care if Mourinho's out.
Yeah,
we care about Conte.
Conte has won last year with Chelsea. Okay, so what he's doing is going to leave with his head up.
No, he's getting criticized though. All these Chelsea fans don't like it.
Doesn't care about criticism. At the end of the bottom line,
the Chelsea fans don't want him there. A lot of the Chelsea fans that we know,
because
they don't want him there.
You think okay? Again, I'm going to bring up Juventus. Winning, continuing to win is hard. When Manchester City are spending a lot of money, they have a good system. They have a very good team. Conte, Douglas Costa today. I said not Douglas Costa. Sorry, Diego Costa. When I was saying to you, Giroud sucks. Giroud is not even a striker. This guy, one time, Willian's going down the center. I know you didn't see the game. Giroud is running right at Willian instead of opening up. You got, first of all, Morata was on the bench. Second of all, Diego Costa, who, the relationship is gone. Diego Costa posted on Instagram the formation of Chelsea. And the thing, he crossed out Conte's name on the list. Oh. He whited it out. This is a guy that you needed. The striker, I think a lot of things went wrong for Chelsea in the summer. I think they didn't buy enough players. I think that a lot of things went wrong, and striker was huge tonight.
Oh, guys, I want to say something. They say Antonio Conte. They say they criticize him that he always complains that he doesn't get a budget. Like this season, he was complaining he didn't get a budget to get these players after winning the league, and with Juventus too, how they left. Do you think that's he should be saying that kind of stuff, or he should keep his mouth shut and just?
Juve fans are bringing it up, saying that he complains too much because at Juventus he left when they didn't buy the players, and then Allegri took that team and went to the final. Blah blah blah. You get the story. So what do you guys think about that?
I think he's partially right. I'll tell you why. Mourinho, what he does, I don't know if you remember.
You love Mourinho.
Wait. When Mourinho won the triplete with Inter, what did he do?
He just left Real Madrid.
You know why? Because he knew that you're not going to be able to win with that team again.
Well, he won everything.
Yeah, well, you won everything. So if you're winning everything, why don't you stay on?
Why would you say you're
whatever.
different challenge?
I think Conte should learn from Mourinho. Only this thing, not learning from Mourinho's skills, because Mourinho doesn't have any skills. He's got only economic skills. The guy, the guy is there just to be on prime time and just to make money.
He won it with Porto, though. What do you have to say about that?
Listen.
Well, say something about that.
Mourinho, even though he signed the extension with, listen to me very carefully, even though he signed the extension with MU, it's not, out of question if he will sign with PSG.
Turn the conversation. What do you think?
It will not be out of question if he moves to PSG.
I think that the first game against Barcelona, I think he did a very good job with what he had. And he could have won that game. And on this game, I just saw the goals. I mean, the goalkeeper was horrendous. After 2 minutes, you're losing 1-0, and the ball goes through your legs.
Two times.
And then 2 times in one game. So he was not. Things did not go his way with Chelsea this year. I mean, last year he did everything well in the championship. This year, not. Does he need? He probably wants to get to the next level, at the level of Man City and the level of Barcelona. But there are only 4 teams in the world that can do that, and that's Man City, Real Madrid, Barcelona,
Juventus,
Bayern Munich, and PSG. Maybe 5 teams that have no budget. Whatever they want, they get.
That's true.
And he's not at that level. I probably would like to be at that level. But sometimes look at Juventus. You get the right team. You're playing against the right team. You get the right draw. You can go all the way to the final.
That's true.
He is a little bit. He's a little bit stubborn. I love Conte. I think he's one of the best coaches in the world. He is a little bit stubborn sometimes.
He can't keep.
But listen, you cannot really fault Conte. Listen to me. The 2 goals that Turcois let in by. I mean,
but you can't keep Morata on the bench for that long.
Yes. But you don't know what what's going on.
I don't care if Morata has 1 leg. He's better than Giroud with 2
You don't
legs.
think Conte knows more than you about who's playing for striker?
There was something wrong.
Obviously,
there's something wrong in the situation with him and Chelsea. There's something underneath the surface that we don't know.
If Conte would have had more patience and he would have stayed with Juventus,
he would have had
6 championships, 2 finals in the Champions League, he would have waited a little bit. They would have gotten
Yeah.
the right center. They got a center forward for $100 million, $90 million. So he was, but that's everybody's got their own character and personality, and that's the way Conte is.
Like, I've been predicting this for a long time. Conte to PSG is going to happen. I'm calling it now.
I don't know.
Unai Emery is terrible coach. Conte is going to go to PSG. He's going to get whoever he wants. Who knows if it's going to work?
I like to see Conte go to Manchester United and see Mourinho going to PSG. So he can ruin the career of Neymar. If Neymar stays over there. Because that's what he does. He's the master. Listen to me. This guy here, Mourinho, is the master of ruining the best player of the world. He ruined Kaká. I'm going to repeat it one more time. He ruined Kaká when he was the coach of Real Madrid. He ruined Shevchenko when Shevchenko went from AC Milan and they were on the top of the world, those two players. He ruined Shevchenko when he went from AC Milan to Chelsea. Okay? And now he's going to ruin... he ruined Pogba. He did ruin the kid.
He didn't ruin him.
It's still, what do you mean?
He didn't ruin him.
He never played him. He never played him.
There's a lot of time
the kid
left.
is losing confidence, and now he wants to leave. So it's gonna have to be between him and what's his name and Pogba. And if he goes to PSG, he's gonna ruin Neymar.
That's
Okay.
Listen, I don't care.
I don't know.
care
I
about
don't know
PSG.
who's going to PSG.
I don't like
He's
PSG.
gonna say to Neymar, "You're an average player. You sit on the bench. I don't need you. I'll call you when I need you."
They're going to sack Mourinho
That's
on the
what it's
spot
gonna
if they
do.
don't play Neymar.
That guy,
that's
I
first
think, should be
off.
coaching the little league.
Neymar's gonna leave, man. Neymar's gonna go to maybe go
Where's
to
he gonna
Lazio
go?
or something. He's doing
So
terrible.
if he's
this year.
lucky, he gets Lazio.
We got 3 Italian coaches in the final 8. We got the Sorteggi on a Friday. We've got Juventus, Roma, Sevilla, Manchester City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and help me out, guys.
Who'd you
Who's the
miss?
last one?
Oh, jeez.
Who's the last one?
Sevilla. You said
I
Sevilla,
said
right?
Sevilla.
Jesus.
We're gonna have to look this
We're
up.
blanked out.
Anyway, what do you
Whatever,
guys think about who Juventus and Roma could get?
I hope that Real Madrid and Barcelona they get into the draw to play themselves,
Oh, man.
and maybe Bayern and Barcelona. So
I want Roma and Sevilla, and I think Juve can handle a lot of the top teams there. So as long as Roma, I feel like if Roma gets Sevilla, they can progress to the last day, which is gonna be good.
The other team I missed was Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Oh, I forgot about
Listen,
them.
I'm just terrified. I am terrified that Roma and Juventus are going to get paired
No, they're
up
not gonna
together.
get-
Don't
they're
say
not
that.
gonna-
Don't
terrified.
stop saying that because it's gonna
I'm
happen.
just saying, and
Let's see.
I think that for Juventus, I don't like to say you're scared of anyone. Last season, I said we weren't scared of anyone. This season, I think for Juventus, Real Madrid is the team to avoid because they're the only team that I think is much better. I think everyone else, you have a fair chance. I think Barcelona is the team that's overrated. I think that if Juventus gets Barcelona, they could do it. Any other team, they could do it. Man City, they could
How
do
about
it.
Real Madrid?
Juventus
Real
with the player that he has.
I don't know. Maybe over 2 legs. Maybe. Not in a
Juventus,
final.
listen to me.
Not in a final.
Listen,
Not in a
Juventus
final.
with the player that he has, he still can
We
win
have no
against
midfield.
anything.
Juventus have no midfield.
Do you think they declined
He-
from last season at all,
He can
Antonio?
win with anything. But just let Marquisio play. If Cuadrado
agree.
comes back, maybe
Marquisio's
before the end of
never
the
played
season,
again.
you know.
What do you think about the draws?
No, you need to avoid Man City, Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Nah, I
Then
don't-
you can beat anybody.
I think that
Listen,
Man
you're going to
City,
be facing them at some point. You
Barcelona
might as well.
is extremely beatable. Everyone gives so much respect to Barcelona. By the way, Allegri said, they said, who do you want to avoid? He said Barcelona because he said every time I get paired up, he's like, I'm not scared of them. He goes, we beaten Barcelona and Juventus did beat Barcelona.
The thing with
3-0.
Barca, if you give them the
I don't-
rhythm, they're gonna punish
Barcelona
you.
are beatable, very beatable.
Every team's
I'm not scared.
beatable.
Real Madrid,
Come on.
Real Madrid is the only one that I have fear for. Manchester City, they're very good.
Manchester
but
City is good too.
Manchester City, they could crack.
Manchester.
What about for Roma? What about for Roma? Roma.
Sevilla, Sevilla, or Liverpool.
Listen,
I'll be happy if they get
Manchester
either one.
City is
not bad.
for me right now is one of the best teams, one of the top 3.
Okay, we're talking about the top 8. They're all one
Okay,
of the best.
I will say Roma. Bayern will be a good
Are
draw.
you out of your
What's wrong
mind?
with you?
Bayern is
Are
very
you
beatable.
crazy?
Bayern, they have a beatable defense, except the
my
goalkeeper.
Christ.
Listen,
Yeah.
except for the goalkeeper, Bayern doesn't have the defense that you guys think.
Manolas has to go on overload over there to fix
Come on,
them.
Bayern.
Yeah, Bayern is too strong.
I
They
don't
scored
want
8
Real
goals
Madrid
against
for Roma. I
Besiktas.
don't want Manchester City.
Man City, Real
Maybe
Madrid.
Liverpool too. Maybe Roma, Liverpool. I would like that.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think those 3 teams are very, very tough. Anybody else you can beat.
What do you think about him saying Bayern for Roma?
No.
no.
You don't think so?
Come
They're
on.
too strong up front, whether their defense is good or not.
Yeah, but the Roma defense is supposed to be very good, right? You got Manolas.
Yeah, of course, I know, but if you keep getting 100 balls over there, one's gonna
Tell
slip
Manolas
through.
to keep his legs
Oh
closed.
my God.
You
The
know what?
Greek can do it all.
Yeah.
You know what
Can't do it
those
all.
teams have going for them is that their championship is over.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they're gonna go full blast in this.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All of the leagues are over.
Their leagues are over. So
Well, for Roma, the league doesn't really.
they can concentrate. Roma needs a fourth place.
Yeah, but they're in third right now.
Yeah.
I think they can
I think
secure
they're
it.
pretty safe.
I think
I'm not sure about that. Nothing
they're
is
pretty
safe.
safe.
Yeah, that's
Nothing is
true.
safe.
Nothing is safe.
But I don't think that's as big of a deal. But you're saying Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, the league is gone. Manchester City, the league is gone.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich, the league is gone.
Right.
Barcelona, everything's gone for them.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Barcelona, I think, is a team 50-50. But whatever. We're going to see. We're going to see the draws. Hopefully tomorrow, Milan do the same thing.
They
Lazio,
gotta
number
knock
one.
Arsenal out, guys.
And
That's all I'm
hopefully
saying.
Milan could knock again, come back and do what all the teams did. They did us proud this weekend in the Champions
Gattuso,
League.
please,
How do
I'm
you
begging
feel,
you.
Antonio? Night
Listen,
before.
AC Milan need to score 1 goal on the first half, and then just play not conservatively, but just let it go. In other words, you're losing, so you might as well just go all
for
the
it.
way. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
One
So
thing.
go over there, play with no fear, and just go for the big thing. If you end up even a tie or losing, as long as you go away with the heads up, and that's it. No 4-0 or 5-0. You go over
Cutrone
there.
hat trick tomorrow, guys. I'm calling
I think even the little kid, the Portuguese, might just
Silva?
yeah,
it. A little
definitely.
confidence now that he
Hey,
scored
this
his
guy
first,
scores
right?
one goal and now you're going crazy.
No,
about
I
it.
wanna see
Last
the-
week you hated him. You want to
Give
get
you
rid of him.
confidence.
No,
That's
that's
it.
not true. I said it's a little the kid is a little inexperienced. I think it was the best goal of last week in all
I know. Did you
everywhere.
hear what
Best
he
goal of
said,
Europe.
By the way, he said that Andre Silva scored the best goal that we're going to be talking about it for 10 years. A header that I think Andre Silva didn't know what he was doing. But Ciro Immobile's
Did
goal
you
was
watch the
terrible.
goal? Did you watch the goal?
Yeah,
It was
I watched.
spectacular.
Are we going to be
Spectacular.
talking about it for 10 years?
No.
I don't think we're gonna talk about it for 10 minutes. I'll tell
10
you.
days.
Manolas' goal maybe, right?
Yeah, Manolas was a beautiful
Manolas.
goal. Come on, are you
Come
kidding me?
on, I can
He has
score-
more
I can
goals.
score
Are you
better
kidding
than that. I can score better
We're
than
going to need
I don't
proof.
think so.
We're going to need proof.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
One thing that about Gattuso that I love, I think, reverse of Napoli, Gattuso, no matter what, he will not settle for just being beaten. He doesn't care about the league, what team they got next. Gattuso is going to scream at his players to you better go out there and fight no matter what. They're taking the Europa League seriously, and that's one thing that I feel confident about, that I know that Milan's going to give everything they have.
We're gonna see
Maybe
a
they're gonna
war.
lose.
We're gonna see a war tomorrow.
Maybe they're going to lose, but it's going to be a battle.
Yeah.
It's going to be a war.
That's true. I agree with that.
So, one other thing. I'm happy we remembered. The teams that we chose, the 5-a-sides. We never said it the last
This
time.
was like a month ago, but let's
And
go.
what happened?
You remember? You gave it to us.
Yeah.
No, I want to say it because we said they had to choose, and we were going to
Oh,
choose
okay.
our teams. So the I didn't label who's
Oh
who.
man.
Okay.
Mine's with Manolas, obviously.
Well, everybody had Manolas.
Oh,
Who
okay.
had
better.
Who had? You guys both had. Is this your team? I'll say my team. We'll go in order. I had Sorrentino, Manolas, Torreira, Suso, and Quagliarella. Michael, do you have Strakosha?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Right in
Michael had Strakosha, Manolas, Torreira, Cristante, and Papu Gomez.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that right?
sounds right. Yes. I have a very nifty team.
Who had Perin?
This is mine.
Okay. Perin, Dybala, Miranda, Kessie, and Barella. And then Antonio's team. This just makes me laugh. Perin, Manolas, Barella, Kessie, Suso. First of all, you two copied each other. You have
Manolas in every team, though. That's all I just
The master copy from the
I got
You
the
go
I
to
got
the
the
master.
I got the
You're the
best
master.
player.
You
got the best player.
You put Suso.
Suso, what's wrong with Suso?
No, that's what I'm saying. We don't have
Okay.
to.
I got the best deal.
What do you
I got the
say?
best deal. Sorrentino underrated. Torreira
kidding me?
underrated.
I
Suso
definitely had
Quagliarella.
the best team.
Look. Sorrentino, I have a solid goalkeeper. Manolas, I got one of the best defenders in the league.
Thank you.
Torreira, incredible center midfielder.
Manolas,
Suso's gonna
the
set
best
it up.
defender.
Quagliarella's gonna score the goals. You guys don't have guys that are gonna.
Quagliarella's gonna be for 5 minutes. He's gonna be huffing and puffing on the side.
The
Good luck
be-
playing
the
with
best-
him.
Miranda, you got Miranda.
Yeah,
Best
Miranda.
No, you got
talent-
Miranda.
The best talent in Serie A is Dybala, and I got it. This guy Miranda is the.
Now, how does this
sweeper
thing
for
work?
the-
Miranda's
Is
not
that
in
the
the
rating?
national
The
team.
rating of this? Or what?
Perin is from the national
Who's not?
team.
They're gonna vote on who's got the
Perin's
best
like
team.
third choice for that
They-
duty. Who
they-
let him
the
over here?
viewers.
Oh, the viewer.
They're gonna vote. Whoever got the best team, I'm telling you, you guys don't have enough balance. Michael, yours is terrible.
Are you kidding
Michael,
me? I would have the best
Michael,
goal celebrations after they score.
Strakosha's gonna make 8 mistakes for you.
Are you nuts?
You got
How about the penalty that he
Cristante.
saved
And
against
Manolas
Juventus?
is gonna
Papu
gonna
Gomez.
get a couple Huzo drinks. He's gonna make a couple other balls going
You
between
picked
his legs.
Manolas too.
Manolas in your
That's
team.
my team. What are you saying?
I am Manolas on my team.
Yeah.
I like Manolas. I'm sorry, Mike.
What just happened there?
You're the only one who doesn't have Manolas on your team. You're the only
That's
one.
why you're gonna lose, Gaetano.
got
That's why you're
Miranda.
gonna. Why do you have
That was
Miranda
Miranda.
there?
Brazilian national team.
Brazil's not even that good,
So
but they
what?
used to be 10 years
So
ago.
what?
You kidding
Anyway,
me?
you
Oh,
guys are
boy.
gonna be the verdict because we're not gonna see.
We gotta put on the screen.
But
So
yeah,
we
they'll
can
be on the
pick.
screen.
Yeah.
Best Calciotto team.
Jeez.
Comment down below. Hopefully
And pick
Milan
yours, too.
and Lazio can do it for us. And
Go
then
with the best talent in Serie A.
no,
Ibarra.
team overall, and value. And then you guys comment who you got as the best team. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Ciao, ragazzi.
Ciao, guys.
Beautiful.
Oh, and guys, don't forget, rate the podcast, okay?
You remembered.
I got it right this time, right? All right.
It's been like 7 times in a row that you
All
got it
right,
wrong.
close it.
Wait. I'll do these two.
Now it's time to go.
All right, 3, 2, 1.